Hello guys, today I want to teach you how to play our first game, Journey to Ecrya. This video will be about the turns and the gameplay. If you're interested in anything specific, feel free to skip to the according parts. Each turn you start by drawing one treasure from the face-down shuffled treasure pile. Even the first player in their very first turn does it. This is the time to prepare for your journey. Equip armor and weapon cards now. Once played, you can't take them back on your hand. If you want to play another weapon, when all slots are taken, you have to discard one of your equipped weapons first. Certain limitations apply to armor. These are marked with a teal symbol on your cards. You can infuse certain equipment with arcane energy by putting it on the card. Once an item is infused, you can't drain the energy from it again. Should you lose or discard this item, the energy is lost. If you trade or gift your infused item to another hero, the energy stays there. Activate preparation cards now to benefit from their effects. Placing them on the player board has an instant effect, unless the card states that the effect will apply later, for example in the next fight. They stay there until all effects are resolved, so choose wisely how to fill your 2 slots. You can always clean out your hand and get rid of those useless items. This means you throw away 3 cards at once and draw 1 new treasure. If you want, you can trade cards with other players too. Venom and Storm heroes can use their effects now. Now your journey begins. Your goal is to advance fields, to be the first player to reach the last castle field in your setup. Once you reach it, the end boss for the game will be revealed, and you have to defeat them to win the game. You're not on your journey alone though. The next player acts as the game master now. During your travels, you can get damaged by your surroundings. You can lose and heal life, which is marked by damage counters on your player board. Once your hero's life points reach 0, your hero falls unconscious and returns to the last camp you passed. You don't continue with the encounter afterwards. The game master chooses which equipped item you lost in the process. Green affliction counters, no matter how many you have, can't make you fall unconscious. In this phase, it's important to check where your hero standee is located on the board once the travel phase starts. There are 4 different field types that you can stand on. If, at the start of your travel phase, you're standing on a purple event field, the Game Master draws 1 event card from the face-down event card pile. They narrate what happens to you and all other heroes in these global events. After working through an event card, if you're still standing on an event field or moved on to a normal or camp field, the Game Master draws 1 encounter card from the face-down shuffled encounter pile. The Game Master sets the scene by either describing what they see on the card or getting creative with the card name and flavor description. After that, they tell you which options the card offers. Sometimes creatures are hostile and don't give you a chance to react. Based on your choices, dice rolls, your character and the equipment you have, different results will happen. If you find yourself at the last castle field, either at the start of your travel phase or after an event, you draw and reveal the final boss. Work through the card from top to bottom before the fight. You can't escape a final boss, and the draw will be instantly lost. Better be prepared. When encountering creatures and people, you might enter a fight. Choosing to attack does not always lead to a fight, since they just might run away. Choosing to talk can lead to a fight too, since most creatures aren't very friendly up here. In a fight, you're always the one to hit first. Compare your attack, including all your equipment and preparation cards, to your enemy's resistance. If you have any attack or resistance tokens, count them in. If your attack is higher than the resistance, you win the fight. For defeating an enemy, you advance 1 field. Some strong enemies have a bonus for defeating them, like gaining arcane energy or advancing +1 field, meaning instead of 1, you advance 2 fields. Check your inventory. Some equipment and preparation cards let you advance additional fields after defeating certain enemies. If your attack is as high as the enemy's resistance, you have a draw. In a draw, you and the current Game Master roll your dice. The higher number wins the fight. To avoid that, you can try to influence your stats. For that, you can use combat spells. Some equipment might make them even stronger. You can ask another hero for help if they are on your field or the ones next to you. This will give you an instant +3 attack. But beware, if you still lose that fight, the helping hero will get damaged. Unless the helping hero is a light hero, they will not gain anything from helping you. You can try to sweeten the deal with offering your treasure cards or verbal agreements. If you can't raise your attack above the enemy's resistance and you don't want to risk a draw, you can try to run away. This would preserve you all the bonuses that would disappear after a fight, no matter if won or lost. Roll your die. A 4, 5 and 6 mean you fled successfully and just move on to the dusk phase. Note that some equipment might influence your escape roll, so that you need a higher or lower number to flee. If you can't defeat an enemy and you are not able to flee, they attack back. Some enemies have an effect for not defeating them, like taking instant damage. Check their attack versus your resistance. You get 1 damage token for each resistance you have less. Once the fight is over without fleeing, you work through your cards. Check the cards on your player board to see if you have effects concerning fights. Apply and remove equipped preparation cards according to your result. Remove your attack and resistance counters. Your journey for the day is done. You now have time to relax and prepare for the next day. You can perform the same actions as in the dawn phase. Equip armor and weapons, use preparation cards, trade with other heroes or use the effects of storm and venom heroes. Make sure you're done with everything you wanted to do. Check how many hand cards you have. Is it more than 5? Then you need to use up or discard everything that exceeds the 5 card limit. Now check whether you are standing on a camp field. If so, gain 1 arcane energy. Storm and Venom heroes can choose whether it's white or black energy. If you just pass the camp on your journey up, you don't collect any energy, since you don't spend the night in the camp. Do you have green affliction token that you didn't get in this turn? If so, replace one of them with a damage token. Finally, pass your active player token to the next player, so their turn can start.